Highly Caffeinated Movies back with our first episode of Holy Shit. We're going to try to start a new series where we kind of scour the internet for weird, offbeat movies on different streaming services with crazy titles, weird plots.
Bad but entertaining.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Most of it'll most likely be bad.
Mostly bad,
but we're going to try, and then we're going to talk about it as one movie. We're all going to watch it. And then either maybe recommend it or just kind of make fun of it.
Either way, both fun. Like the idea.
Our pick this week is Nude Nuns with Big Guns. With guns.
Big guns.
Big guns. Oh, it's big guns. That's right.
They're big.
Which is streaming on Tubi.
Yes, it is on
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair. I'm going to do my best to kind of get through the plot on this one.
It's very it's not very complex. It's a vengeance movie.
I can't remember what they.
She was enslaved. She was a nun, and she was enslaved as like a prostitute for people because apparently people want to pay to have sex with a nun.
Yeah, but they also dealt drugs.
Yeah, they were drug dealers.
This part of this bishop and his priests
Yeah.
are dealing drugs, and they have nuns who work for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
drug mules.
one of the nuns, when they go to with the biker gang, they go to drop off the drugs and make the swap for the money. One of the nuns keeps a bag of heroin.
Coke. Yeah, it's coke.
Well, he's lighting it up at one point, melting it down.
Maybe it's heroin. I don't know.
I'm not a drug addict.
Fucking zoned out for
it doesn't
a while.
matter.
Either way, it's
none of
a
it
drug.
matters.
One of the nuns on the bus keeps it, and so when he realizes it's been shorted, the priest is like, I don't know. So he goes up on the bus, kills one right out.
Shoots through his gut. Shoots through the drugs because
Right.
Well, he killed the first one.
Yeah.
He killed the first one. When he's questioning the second one, the third one starts trying to walk away, and she's the one so he kills her, but that other one's still alive. She's the main character.
Yes. She is.
The priest says, you keep her for your troubles, because he doesn't want to piss off this guy.
No.
Right? He doesn't want...
Well, he doesn't want to get shot.
He's their main client, right?
That's where it kind of goes in.
So
I'm surprised you got all that. I could not. Right off the back, the cutting and the film, like this guy
This
loves.
movie is a cinematic masterpiece. Top 10 film of all time. The editing is like some of the best editing I've ever seen.
The guy who made this really enjoyed Planet Terror and loves Robert Rodriguez.
There was a couple of scenes where I'm like, wait, I had to rewind it. I was like, was that so poorly edited? I was like, oh god.
In the beginning,
awesome.
They cut a scene so quick.
Yeah.
Like there's quick cut, and then there's this, which is quick cut times 10.
Crazy.
It was awful, but you could tell this guy really loves Rodriguez, and he really wants to just beat him.
Yeah, but he's also into snuff films.
Oh, jeez,
this movie got really bad from that point on, as far as
the director definitely had a rape fetish.
Yes, it like you said, snuff film, like
a rape fetish.
So they tried to kill. Well, the nun that gets away, they try to overdose her.
Yeah,
right?
They just have her. They drug her up. Yeah, she kind of gets a help.
Well, she comes back after they try to overdose her, or after she's near death, and she basically says that God came to her and she needs to kill.
This guy's supposedly a witch doctor, but all he does is just give people heroin.
Well, at this point, he's kind of trying to bring her back to life.
Yeah, he's trying to help her.
Oh, really? And he gives her the gun, though, right?
Yeah, he gives her the gun.
Then she kills him.
He laughs at her for her godly mission.
So be careful, they're loaded.
Says, well, if you're going to do God's work, then you need to have God's weapons. And I guess they're guns.
That's a pretty good accent.
That was good.
Yeah,
and
I'm impressed.
So he gives her the gun, and then he walks away back to her, and she goes,
really like the guy.
Did God tell you anything else? And she goes, yes, he would test me. He said, I need to show no mercy, even to those who showed mercy to me, so she shoots him.
I feel like he knows more about this movie than his own movie last week.
You know more about this than any of the 3 movies we just did on the previous podcast.
It's amazing.
What happened?
Nudity. He likes male dongs, man.
So then I guess it goes, like, I can never figure out where they're shooting any scenes. Like, I know they shot some scenes in a church. And I know they shot some scenes in a bar, but I never
Strip
know.
club. Yeah,
I never know which one is which. And then there's a shot in a strip club where there's like a curtain, which you could tell they probably just made a fake entrance to a strip club and filmed it in there.
I feel like this movie is full of daytime strippers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely... I will say this.
There were a few that were nighttime strippers.
Yeah, there was a couple.
There's so much boobs in this.
But at a certain point, you just can't keep paying.
Usually they have like the same girl show their boobs constantly in these types of movies.
No,
everyone,
every scene, it's
if you wanted to be in this movie, you had to agree to show you.
And there was like some lesbian scenes.
3 or 4 lesbian sex scenes.
Yeah.
3 or 4 rape scenes. Yeah. It really encompassed this movie's rape and lesbian scenes.
Yeah, the thing with the rape was
I think
that
he just wanted to film naked women. That's all he really wanted.
There was no reason to have the rape scenes.
Maybe that's what he's doing now under a different name. He's directing porn.
So yeah, we couldn't find any information about this guy.
R.I.P.
The company that made this movie, the director, it's his kind of, I guess, his company, Freak Show Entertainment. They haven't had a Facebook post
you don't need to. I mean, he's reached it. This is peak. Like, you can't be better than this.
They haven't had anything since 2012, I think.
There's just no way to top this movie. It's up there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
This movie sucks.
This movie was...
I can't lie anymore. This movie's terrible.
There
was some parts that made me laugh.
I chuckled a few times, but for me...
A lot of it was just so bad it was funny.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, like, it's probably a lot more fun with a group of people and you're drinking and rape and nudity doesn't bother you.
The rape, I think, kills that.
Yeah, no.
For like a lot of people, I don't want to watch that. That was kind of like, why did you put that in there? You
keep doing it over and over.
I get why the main character's scenes happen because she obviously is on a revenge path.
Right.
But the couple at the couple with their daughter at the gas station.
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot. That was some real. That was another scene.
It was the side characters
trying to get information at
like just the guys.
Trying to get information out of the nun, like
kickstand,
like
kickstand.
That scene where there's one nun who witnessed an event and they're trying to get information out of her, and he calls in Kickstand to come get information out of her.
Kickstand, man.
And then she goes through with it, and then as soon as he tells her to stop, he tells Kickstand to stop. Then she decides to give up the information. Why didn't you just say that before? Like, oh, maybe she wanted it? I don't know.
No, there was
no reason for her to give up the information
this movie was
after.
Bad. It was meant to be bad.
It was meant to be bad, but it's meant to be an exploitation flick.
Yeah.
Which in the 70s, when they were coming out with exploitation flicks for drive-ins and stuff like that, basically they had to get people to the theater off of like crazy wild trailers. So like they would put rape
in this case a crazy title.
Like I Spit on Your Grave and stuff like that.
Yeah,
original. Basically
people would go because like, oh my god, there's gonna be a rape scene.
I heard there were 17 rape scenes.
Yeah, I heard somebody really died in this movie. So he's trying to pay homage to that, but the rapes
it's unnecessary most.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anything. Other than
just make you uncomfortable and just
like the whole with the family at the gas station that had nothing to do with anything.
Nothing. He was just
it wasn't part of the plot.
Being mean.
Yeah, it was just him being mean and then they kidnapped the daughter.
They're gonna sell her now.
Is that what they were gonna do? Like they never follow up with any of that.
Anytime they get a woman,
which I wasn't expecting.
They turn that woman into their sex slave.
That's true. So that was what
I guess I didn't get any of that. I was just like, what am I? I couldn't figure out what I was watching the whole time.
But there was no reason for him. I mean, to do that to that family.
No.
Yeah.
Their alternator was broke.
There's a threat. Of course, Robert Rodriguez Jr. here. There's a throwback to From Dusk Till Dawn, or I guess he's paying homage to Dusk Till Dawn. One of the strip clubs that they go to in the movie is called the Titty Flicker.
Titty Flicker.
Which From Dusk Till Dawn, it was the Titty Twister. So I think he's kind of.
I saw From Dusk Till Dawn in theaters.
Showing your age.
I was way too young to be in that.
Actually, I've heard comedians.
When did that come out?
96.
Actually,
Yeah, I was way too young.
I don't remember who, but I was listening to a comedian
99.
who talked about that. Like his dad took him to see movies like that. He
Oh,
specifically mentioned that movie,
I
Dusk
still
Till
remember.
Dawn.
I remember
And
going to like one of my friends.
96.
Yeah. So
And he would come
10,
home
11.
and talk about that movie
Way to go, Glenn.
in front of the mom.
Shout out, Glenn. Yeah, we brought one of my friends. My friend Lance, we went to that one and he was just enjoying the hell out of that. They were shooting and this dude like like hollering in the movie. It was so much fun.
Those are great. I really love that movie.
I mean, I was 10.
Yeah.
What did I know? But I mean, if you go back as an adult and I watched it, and I really liked the movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Sound Hike's awesome.
There's a few times like the nun only has like 6 shooters, but she kills like 20 people. She shoots them multiple times.
Don't matter. Man.
Obviously, they weren't worried about that.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
And then there's
when she goes to the motel, the no-tail motel, and she goes to get a robe, and like both of the girls are just having a lesbian sex scene for no reason.
Yeah, behind the
and they're
hotel
like, what do you need? And like the other girl's just like sitting behind her, like boobs hanging out. Like, I was just like, what is happening in this movie right here?
If you mean girls don't do that?
You don't just hang around with your boobs hanging out?
Every single female in this movie, except for the main bad nun.
The older lady?
Well, she was a chunky lady. She did a good bad person. Like, she
was
whole...
bitch, yeah. She's good at
that. When they're cutting the drugs, they're packaging them up. They make them naked. That's a real thing that drug dealers do.
Yes, I know, but they just...
They flash that for like 5 seconds, and you remember it's all of that.
No, but
how do you know so much?
How many times did you watch this?
No, but...
Did you analyze this movie?
Yes, because this annoyed me.
What the hell is happening here?
Because they need to show you that these are nuns, like so bad that they leave their habits on.
Is that what they're called?
Yes. Which makes no sense because the whole reason they're naked is so they have no clothes to hide or steal the drugs.
Or yeah.
So they put them. They leave that on.
Well,
big old piece of clothing.
They have to put that on so that you know that they're nuns.
I know.
Otherwise, I don't know they're nuns. Yeah, I just assume they're women.
They're just topless women. They're not nuns.
It's just annoying at that point.
We just talked about 3 movies for 3 hours, and you have said more about this movie than all the other 3 combined. I got nothing out of this movie. I can't tell you hardly anything.
Kickstand is over here. He's like the bookkeeper of these people. He's like paying. And this guy walks up and he's like, "Hey," he grabs a little backhoe. "How about we take some of this for ourselves?" And like he was like the worst I've ever seen.
What, acting?
Oh, it was so bad.
I don't remember that part.
That was at the gas station near the beginning.
Okay, I do remember. I know what you're talking about.
And he was like, "That's how people get killed."
He's like, "I was just kidding."
Yeah. Okay.
I have a theory that the whole movie took place in like one location, and they just used different areas and like dressed the.
They had that gas station in the desert. That's all they had. So they could go
And
out in the desert to have
there.
one scene. Then they used that gas station and just put frames up of different things.
One thing I thought was funny was when he said the penguin flew the coop, and they were calling the nuns penguins in the movie. I thought that was funny. Whenever they started calling them penguins, I was like, all right, that's kind of funny.
When he was telling everybody, apparently we have a vigilante on our hands who's killing all the bad guys. And if you guys haven't noticed, we're the bad guys.
Yes.
They had to be reminded.
You guys know we're the bad.
Are you sure they're the bad guys?
There's
all
also
those reputable businesses he owns?
The priest that she kills in the confessional or right outside the confessional, before she does that, somebody calls him on the phone and tells him that they're killing priests left and right. Up to that point, they'd only killed 1.
Yeah.
But he's like, they're killing us left and right. We're
all just dying.
Well,
there's only 1 died. But then he still just
one priest
gives
and
her
all
a
his
confession.
bodyguards.
Yeah, but he was saying
The
priest.
bodyguards were part of the gangs.
You know way too much about this movie, dude.
I mean, we should have just this is a solo.
You should have picked this for your hidden gem.
Yeah.
Maybe I pay more attention when I'm cleaning the house.
Well, you should probably clean the house more.
I will say that. Wait, one of the greatest. So The guy's in the bar. So the girl from the hotel, one of the girls who was making out on the couch.
Oh yeah, she was
recognizes
right
a drawing that the guy has on a napkin that's pretty much a stick figure.
Yes, it's so bad.
It's awful. She's like, that girl?
I know her. I saw her last night. She was messed up. She was drunk nun. Saw her.
That was
just
hilarious.
Like yeah. This movie was amazing.
And then, the bullet holes, anytime somebody got shot, there was no blood. It was just like a bullet hole.
Yeah, right. And also, did you know that taking a hot shower stops the blood flow out of a gunshot?
Well, yeah, it cauterizes it, right?
She just sat in a hot shower and like you see like blood flowing out.
Topless,
like,
of course.
Well, yeah, you had to get the titties in there for some reason.
And the music. We had to have a little
sensual.
sensual.
The music's so good.
Yeah. I will say that I cannot, off the top of my head, think of a movie where this many people were topless in one single movie. Many different people.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you could do a whole shower scene, like, with a bunch of women, and this movie still tops it. Like, there was a good 20 women in this movie, and all of them were
I legitimately had boob fatigue towards the end. I was like, all right, man, enough's enough.
One of us didn't have boob fatigue.
Even
it sounds like he watched
one of us was
times.
dialed in 100%. You mean you didn't get the underlying themes of Kickstand's character? No, he's a poorly written, terrible trash.
And his name's just a play on his dong. So.
Jeez.
And I love even in the credits. They had to go back and flash to each of the scenes.
You watched this guy watched the credits.
They were running at it. It wasn't near the remote. I was cleaning.
Oh my goodness.
But they would flash back to different scenes just so you get a few more boobs.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't know.
He got, man.
He went with it, man. He was all in on the boob.
And then I don't remember the ending at all.
When she just kind of goes in and takes everybody down, and
the main guy is like, I guess, assaulting.
He's raping a woman for no reason.
Her girlfriend,
her nun girlfriend.
Her nun girlfriend.
Yeah, because they had to get a lesbian nun sex scene.
Yes.
Yeah, because that was just, he was like, I don't know how we're gonna work it in the plot, but we gotta have it.
We just put it in.
We gotta have it.
Yeah.
So she barges in while he's raping her, and
there's a funny part. I can't remember when it's at, but
there is nudity as well.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. They don't show his face.
Did you enjoy that?
A lot.
Okay. Yeah. That was a weird
I think the best part
also unnecessary.
The best part of the movie is whenever she does finally get to that guy at the end, she just earlier in the movie he threatens to shoot off his partner's kickstand and another guy's penis.
Yes.
So she's aiming the gun at him, and she just points down and shoots his dick clear off.
Yes.
Oh, that was a great shot.
It was amazing.
I don't know. The best marksman in the world would have trouble with that shot.
And he just picks it up, and he's like, ah.
Yeah.
And he's just holding it, and you're just like, this movie is so incredible.
Although, pretty good size.
He's got at this point, I was just like, whatever I'm watching needs to end. I'm tapped out. It needs to be.
I'm done. It was so good, though. It's so bad.
But as bad as it was, and as terrible as you think Kickstand was, he's still acting.
Well,
he's 19, 27. He's got movie in the makes right now.
Yeah.
That dude is jacked.
Probably a lot of side characters, but he's, 2019, 2017.
There was a part where there was a preacher on TV.
He did like
yelling about sexuality, that homosexuality.
All the alities.
Yeah. He just kept
trisexuality. Bisexuality.
Multi-sexuality.
I got shades.
Transsexuality.
I got it through. It kind of reminded me of in They Live, where they have the guy on the TV preaching about what's going on. Really, they keep trying to transmit the. It's like a guy. I want to say he's a preacher, but he's just kind of saying basically trying to tell people about the aliens that are and they're broadcasting over TV. It kind of reminded me of that. So I enjoyed that reference.
They set it up for a sequel though. It's been 10 years, but haven't got it yet.
It ended on a serious cliffhanger.
Yeah, they set it up for a
sequel.
What
happened? What was, I can't remember. I know they did.
It was the Cardinal was still alive.
Right. And
he sends a specialist to
take her out.
Priest that's got scars on his face and looks like an assassin with a collar.
He looks like an assassin.
When I watched that, I was like, you've got to be. Dude, come on. Yeah.
And it's
I guess
been
they
10
were-
years,
they-
so I guess he just passed, and
They had really high
didn't make
hopes
a
that it would
sequel.
go on.
I'm sure he's had a ton of offers.
I'm sure he
A
had
lot of producers
lot of
knocking
people,
on his
yeah.
door.
People
just-
were loving to throw money at this. How many titties do you think you can get in the sequel?
Half the budget had to be paying strippers
Yeah.
to There was to me, I love terrible movies. We all know this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it could have been that and something I would recommend, but the rape scenes for
Rape
me,
scenes killed it for you.
I would not recommend.
they're just
it.
so unnecessary and just like you don't need it in this.
Yeah, I mean it didn't.
I mean, you can get some laughs.
Even leave it at 1, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
But there was like 3.
There was 3, and they were all just
They were unnecessary. None of
Yeah.
them were necessary.
Like
The only one that I don't well, I guess it wasn't. None of them were necessary, but the one at the end at least kind of
it was
played into his being like evil guy.
right. And
The
it lined
first
up
one
with
was
the
just
main
like-
character.
This doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it was.
It was stupid, but it's bad. Had a few funny parts, but I mean, most of the funny parts were just like the movie was so bad that I laughed.
so, the main
Yeah.
bad guy, Chavo,
Javo.
the biker gang leader.
God, that guy was terrible.
You steal from Javo?
He does.
You steal from
he's
Javo?
got a good bit of movies, and
I feel like he
quite
was
a
just
few of
trying to
them-
be Antonio Banderas the whole movie.
quite a few of these movies seem to play towards religious undertones as well. Holy Whores and Heretics: The Secret Life of Mary Magdalene.
Oh, that sounds
Jesus.
awesome.
For I Have Sinned was
Oh,
a
yeah.
short that he did.
Oh man, we could just do podcasts on this guy's
Vows.
whole career.
He seems like if you his picture on IMDb is him in a priest outfit, like
That's-
obviously on a set.
That's
Like
weird, man.
That is very weird.
I will say that the writer director Joseph Guzman.
R.I.P.
Yeah, we don't know. He may have killed himself. I'm not sure.
He may have been killed by a nun.
I couldn't find any information about this
The
guy.
Vatican took him out.
I watched an interview that somebody had posted on YouTube with him, and he basically said that he is originally, I guess, by trade an art director, like set designer
Couldn't
in
tell.
Hollywood. And the whole reason he got into making movies was because he was tired of people, I guess, changing his vision for things and basically manipulating what he was doing. He wanted to
They probably
create
fixed it.
probably. Yeah. He wanted to create his own art. He wanted to do things his way. He wanted to get out of just doing art direction and design.
And after he made this, he realized,
So-
my art direction's probably not that good.
His first movie was a movie called Run Bitch Run.
Yeah.
And the whole reason this movie got made was because there was a scene on a TV in that movie of a fake nun exploitation movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that people kept asking him what movie that was. When is that coming
So he
out?
just went with it.
So he just they put a script together.
I saw that was made, I think, a year before this one.
Yeah. So it's kind of similar to the story of Machete.
Oh, I love Machete.
So it
Machete's
was
so good.
It was originally a trailer for Planet Terror, Death Proof Grindhouse.
Yeah.
It was a fake trailer, and everybody was like, "We gotta see that." And then they made the movie. I don't know if anybody. I mean, nobody really wanted to see this one, but apparently people were asking them about it, so they decided to go with it. And apparently, Run Bitch Run is also kind of like an exploitation.
Similar.
It's very similar in scope to this.
Was our direction better? How many
I
rape
don't-
scenes were in it?
The sad part is that I almost want to watch it, but I can't sit through another one of
I
this.
don't know. Yeah.
He said he wrote and directed this, and he did the editing and all that, and
Oh, I know. I can tell he did the editing. I
Yeah.
watched some of it. It
it's
was pretty
bad.
bad.
Yeah,
Very
he's
bad. There was
he
a
kept
couple-
zooming into people. Like
There was a
Robert
couple of
Rodriguez
those, like,
uses
oh.
that shot well and not constantly through his whole movie, but every shot was a zoom in and just
Like the gas station, the editing at the gas station was probably one of the worst and most noticeable.
and I'm not really one to complain about editing unless
Me
it's like
either.
fast
But this
cut,
was
but
just so
it was
bad.
annoying.
It was so bad.
he
Like-
tried to make
Like,
it
people
look
were
really
like
cool.
standing in one spot, and then literally the next second they were like 2 feet to the left. Like it was so bad.
So, I mean, if you're out there, Joseph Guzman, we'd love to have you on the podcast or talk to you, make sure you're still,
we would love to have
in the industry. Yeah.
I ain't talking to no ghost.
But, yeah, I mean, I got a few laughs. Again, I don't think I would recommend this even on a bad level. But
the rape scenes kind of.
He killed it for me.
Yeah. You were okay with the dong scenes.
I was not really okay with those either. No? And again, I think it was just, I got burned out on all the.
You were done. You were done. Huh? You're just like, man, I'm mentally.
I was like,
you could not go 25 seconds without some form of nudity.
Oh no, yeah, it was constant.
I think the longest.
Even like the main character, the nun, was nude all the time.
Yes.
I think the longest you go without nudity is the scene where the bike gang's not there yet, and the family pulls up to the gas station.
That's probably the longest.
Talking to the mechanic, and then you go a little bit inside where they're working on the books. And then that was probably maybe 55 seconds. You do get some good
shots at kickstands.
That's probably maybe about 55 seconds that you go without nudity.
I'm interested to see like how long, like the actual time on the movie of like nude time in the movie where someone's nude and time was when people are not.
I'd like to see that comparison.
Yeah, I would like to know that stat. I just don't want to watch it again.
I thought I was gonna like this one a lot more than I did.
Nude Nuns and Big Guns, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's on Tubi.
I can't say I would recommend it. It is on Tubi.
So it is free.
If you don't know how to get to, any pornography websites and you just really want to see a lot of boobs, go for it. Knock yourself out. But
you want to see what is practically a snuff film.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a snuff film. Nobody dies.
Like actually. Well, we don't know.
Joseph,
we don't know. We really don't know.
Reach out to us, Joseph. This
movie was so bad.
It's terrible.
The art direction was great.
That was great set design of the one set they had. It was excellent.
They really did just find a gas station in the middle of nowhere.
I feel like the motel was just like an abandoned shack.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we're going to shoot this scene in this side of the gas station, then we're going to go to this door on the back side, and we'll put some curtains up, make it a strip club, and then we'll go around.
Can we say something good about it? Can we say a positive thing about this one?
Lewis seemed to enjoy it.
You
seem to pay more attention to this than
I mostly got that from the review on IMDb.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
It said mentally abused and enslaved chorus, brought into prostitution, left for dead, merciless sister will. Like that's all I said.
You didn't say any of those things.
And then I followed up the first scene, and you were like, "Wow, you know so much." The first scene is the most watchable scene in the whole.
Something positive about it.
Pull up your Amazon history. I want to see if you ordered the Blu-ray.
I don't use Amazon on this.
The director commentary.
I have to find out what the commentary is. I need to know.
Well, yeah, we got Sally here to pull out her boobs one more time, and we didn't get enough of them the first time. We need to see them about 6-7 more times. Yeah.
I paid her an extra $1,000 to just walk around topless one set.
We didn't even film it.
It was for my own enjoyment.
I did it because I could.
In this scene here, we have 2 women, and one of them is topless and one of them is not. But that's because the one that was not topless asked for too much money, and we just didn't have more than $25 to give anybody.
I will give it this. I will say that I think I've seen movies like this that basically just kind of are made to show nudity, which in a time where nudity and adult videos are so accessible.
Much shock value, is it?
It's so accessible online. I don't really feel like these.
This would have been better in the 70s or
this
something
would have
like
not
that. When the movie, you said it was supposed to pay homage to those type of movies, but it doesn't matter anymore.
There was too much movies. It would not have made it anyway.
I will say I'm impressed with the amount of nudity that they put on screen. If I'm going positive, and I was just like, God, what is that? The 15th girl?
Can you imagine?
My God, they had to go to multiple strip clubs to find these girls.
Can you imagine this movie?
I would like to know the percentage of women in this movie that are strippers or were strippers.
I would like to see a "Where Are They Now" on everybody that was in this. Right. A documentary. Maybe.
How many of them have died of heroin?
Just
everyone was paid. This actually movie was made by drug dealers. Everyone was paid in heroin.
I'm just watching.
I have no clue.
I'm watching the documentary on Netflix right now, The Pharmacist.
I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the things they do in there. One of the ladies in the thing trying to pay the guy with opiates, with Oxycontin.
Oh, you just ruined that for me. I was gonna watch that.
No,
Spoilers!
That's not a spoiler. Oh yeah, sorry for spoiling this movie.
Takes one. Yeah,
not
really.
You know what you're getting into here.
if you actually take the time to go out, if you've listened to us talk about this movie, we have ruined nothing.
Like you really shouldn't have been shocked yourselves. It's nude nuns with big guns.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Oh, that's one thing. That's another thing he said in the interview is basically because his movies are so low budget, like this one and Run Bitch Run. He picks these titles on purpose because
they'll stand out.
So basically, that's why the
people will watch it because it looks ridiculous.
They're like, "Oh, this movie's gonna be like." No one sees this title and like, "This is gonna be a great movie." No, they know this is gonna be so bad.
But so I sent you the text message. I saw this on Tubi and I was like, I have to watch.
Like we have to watch this.
Yeah, so it worked on us.
Yes,
it worked on me.
It got us. It got us.
But watch at your own risk.
If you're sensitive, do not watch.
So this will. Do anything else on Nude Nuns?
I think we pretty much. It's a
Did your wife and your fiance finish watching this with you?
No, we made it about 10 minutes, and
they walk out.
My fiance decided to go get her nails and feet done.
What about you?
Whitney made it till the gas station scene, and she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, you probably no."
That's about when Lainey checked out. I told her before. I was like, "You probably don't want to watch this, but you want to watch."
Definitely
I was like, I told her like because she was gonna get it. She was like, "I'm gonna get my nails done." I'm like, you might want to do that during this movie.
So definitely don't think you're gonna sit down with your woman with this movie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that'll conclude our first episode of Holy Shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and
tag our social media?
Because I don't know any of it.
You can reach us on Facebook at Highly Caffeinated Movies. We're also on Twitter at HC Movies Podcast. And our email is highlycaffeinatedmovies@gmail.com. You can send us suggestions for movies, feedback, any type of comments. We would appreciate anything. Follow, share, like, spread the word if you're enjoying it. And thank you for listening.
That's all I got.
You good?
Yeah.
Did you want to break down more in depth a little bit, or?
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about any?
How did this movie affect you psychologically?
Yeah. Was there any deep thoughts that this movie sparks?
Revelations. It changed my life.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, listening, and we'll see you guys next week with another episode of Highly Caffeinated Movies, Hidden Gems. We're going to get back to picking 3 movies.
We're going to do horror movies, right?
Yeah, we're going to do horror movies next week.
Yeah.
We got to do our picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do picks.
Picks for next week.
Picks for next week's
All right.
horror episode.
I picked a movie called Final Prayer. Original title was The Borderlands. I believe on Tubi you have to search The Final Prayer.
I think they changed it.
They changed it on IMDb too, but originally on IMDb you had to search as The Borderlands.
They originally started it as that, then it became Final Prayer when they released it. I haven't seen it, but...
So it's about a team of Vatican investigators who were supposed to investigate miracles to verify if they're miracles or hoaxes. And they end up finding something not a miracle. And I'll just leave you with that for now.
All right.
Corey, your pick?
My pick is going to be Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I know I really enjoyed it. It's kind of a horror documentary type thing.
Starts off as like kind of a mockumentary type.
Yeah, it's a mockumentary type movie, and then just kind of goes from there without spoiling anything. But I remember really enjoying the movie, and I am looking forward to watching it again and reviewing it.
You remembered really enjoying Odd Thomas too, and that turned out great.
Who knows, man? Life changes, man.
My pick is going to be Veronica, 2017.
What is that? Who's in it? What is it? Tell me something about it.
It's on Netflix.
Not Veronica Mars.
It's kind of I'm not a big fan of like possession type movies, but
me either.
This one really struck a chord with me.
That's usually a good sign. I wasn't a big fan of my last pick, and we all got I got an A on it.
Yeah. This one is only on Netflix. I'm not sure if it was made, but like I believe, if I remember correctly, it's about a girl who either becomes possessed or her house is possessed. I remember really enjoying this one, and I'm not really usually a big fan of the supernatural type.
I don't know if I watched it. It sounds familiar. I don't remember.
It is a Spanish movie.
Subtitles?
Yes.
Sweet.
Madrid, 1991.
Yeah. All right, I'm down.
It's the setting. It's the setting of the movie.
I think I did watch that.
I think it's actually loosely based on a true story.
Yeah.
If I'm.
Yeah. I do. I remember watching this when it came out. Yeah.
So this is going to be my pick.
Yeah, I liked it.
Awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Our first horror movie. When we like horror movies. So.
Big fans of horror. We're going to try and incorporate that. I do want to do a special thing like around Halloween.
Yeah,
which will probably encompass a lot
episodes and do some other stuff. Yeah.
Try to release one like every day, maybe in that
31 days of Halloween. 13 days of Halloween.
Cover a lot of movies.
Yep.
We got a lot of horror movie knowledge.
A lot. Yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the new episode, and thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.